Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Social Grace Co. This is a really great show for me because I have fallen in love with the items and the brand that we're bringing you today. Now, you've seen them on here before, and they're quite possibly one of the crowd favorites. I'm not going to lie. Today, it's all about Sacred Leaf. My name is Christopher Macken, and I get to be your host today. And you can find me on Instagram at The Real Macken. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me as well. And I'll tell you exactly why I love Sacred Leaf, because it is now a part of my healthcare routine. It's how I take care of myself, not just myself, my spouse, but also our fur baby, my puppy. And I'm going to tell you a story in a little while about how Sacred Leaf pet products actually helped her as early as yesterday, actually. So we have a very special guest with us here today. Megan Robertson is an incredible authority in CBD, holistic wellness, taking care of our endocannabinoid system. And I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sure you will correct me in a little bit. I have the worst time pronouncing that, but at least I know what it means, thanks to Megan. And so without further ado, I would love to go ahead and bring her in so that she can tell us the ins and outs of everything. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Christopher. How are you?
I'm great. I wish we were still hanging out in New York, though. We had such a wonderful time, didn't we?
We did have a good time, yes.
So outside the studio, we had a good time, but we also had a good time in the studio as well, because I learned so much about the CBD world, what it does, how it works, and more importantly, how Sacred Leaf has taken a responsible approach to making sure that all of our holistic wellness is taken care of. I don't really want to get too far into it because I want you to introduce yourself and tell all of us what makes Sacred Leaf so different and why are you such a wonderful authority on the subject?
Great. Thank you, Christopher. So Sacred Leaf, why Sacred Leaf? I actually own 2 CBD stores in Texas, and the brand has been established for over 4 years. They are a seed to store company, which is really important. That means they grow, manufacture, and produce everything that they carry. Okay. Another thing to look out for is that it's third-party tested, and we also batch test. So batch testing means that you know exactly what's in your product. If you find on our products like this right here, I'll show you. There's a QR code here. You can find them right here. You should just be able to scan that, and it pulls your lab up. So you know that there is 500 milligrams of CBD in this product. And you'll find every product that we carry has access to labs on the packaging itself. Okay, so we also manufacture in GMP and ISO certified labs, and it's made from USDA certified hemp plants, which is really important. So that way you know there's no chemicals or anything in your products.
Well, and I think it's really important because, when we talk about taking care of ourselves in a holistic manner, really making sure that our bodies are in tune with our environment and what we need to be our optimal self, our highest and best. We do, I'm conscious of that, but I'm also conscious of that for my pets. And so I wanted to learn more about CBD and how it really affects our pets. Before we dive into the products that we have today, I want to do a little housekeeping really quick. So Megan and I love to get to know all of you. You've all heard me say this before. Don't be shy. Put us in the comment section. Where are you shopping from? Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, there's a comment section there. Let us know where you're shopping from. I myself am in Atlanta. And where are you right now, Megan?
I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas. Yeah, Texas. So wherever you're joining us from, make sure you drop us a little note so we can get to know you a little bit better. And at the same time, while we have Megan available to us, ask her all the questions you want. Put your questions in the comment section, and our trusty producer is going to put the questions up on the screen so Megan can answer them. Because I guarantee you, if you're having questions, someone else out there is having questions, and maybe they're too afraid to ask. So go ahead, ask your questions.
Away.
Yeah, get some answers. That's the best way. And the third and final thing that I want to cover is how you shop. So if you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, you'll notice in the description of this post, there's a link. That link will take you over to the Shop This Show page where you can go through everything on socialgraceco.com and find all of the items that we're talking about today, plus more. So make sure you're checking that out. And if you happen to be watching from socialgraceco.com, you're already there. So thank you so much for joining us there too. Just so you know, you can all watch our shows live on our website, socialgraceco.com. I did it. I covered all the bases.
You even said endocannabinoid system right too.
Did I say? I have been
Yes.
practicing, Megan. I have.
But you're getting really good.
Endocannabinoid.
Yep.
So it's such an important, well, number one, it's a very long word.
It is.
But at the same time, I had no idea that we had an endocannabinoid system inside us that really regulated the way that we are. But we're not the only ones.
Yes, our pets. Our pets have it.
Yeah, our pets have it too. And so all of the products that we're going to show today are the way that we can not only treat our pets well, but treat their wellness as well. Oh my goodness, that sounded great. I need to write that down. Okay, so let's start with our first item. And this is going to be the 250 milligram CBD tinctures for the pet. These are, so if you're just now joining us, this is the Pet Wellness Show, guys. This is how we can take care of our pets in the best possible way. Megan, talk to us a little bit about the tinctures, and the producer is going to kind of toggle between the two, the 500 milligram and the 250. Can you let us know what's the difference and how do these help our pets?
Sure. So the 250 milligram bottle is actually half the size of the 500 milligram bottle. So you guys can kind of compare those right here. It's actually 250 milligrams of CBD and then 500 milligrams of CBD. It's going to be in certified hemp oil as well as salmon oil. Now, it's important that it's hemp oil. The coconut oil or MCT oil that you hear about in adult tinctures is actually not the greatest for pets in their stomach. So we want to make sure that we stick to that the hemp line, the hemp, and then the salmon oil is not artificially flavored, which is awesome. So that's another added benefit. You'll find a lot of artificial flavors in a lot of other brands. And so that's one thing we'd like to stay away from. Okay. So dosing wise, we can talk about that. The 250 milligrams, if you have a pet that's 50 milligrams or less, just start off with half a dropper every 24 hours, and that should be plenty for them. Okay. If you have a pet that's larger than 50 pounds, you can do a full dropper every 24 hours. Okay. So the difference between the two, the 500 has twice as much in it. Okay. So this is going to last you twice as long. So if you want to start off small, or if you have a small pet, the 250 would be great for that. If you have a bigger or larger pet, around 75, 80 pounds or more, the 500 is going to be the best tincture to choose.
It's just going to be the best buy just because of quantity.
Definitely.
So I have to tell you, I have fallen in love with the tinctures for myself, not the pet ones. I actually use the human ones from Sacred Leaf because of the fact that it truly helps me calm, focus, and I feel more alert. So one of the common misconceptions is CBD is going to make you just dead tired all day long. Could not be further from the truth.
Yeah, it's all about dosing. If start off small and then you can work your way up, and then you'll find your sweet spot. And then as you keep taking it daily, the more balanced you're going to get. So just keep going. You're doing a good job.
Well, and on top of that, I love my pet, Miss Vanity Fair Macken, who is actually running around here somewhere. I love her of being rambunctious and alert. And so I definitely don't want to give her anything that's just going to knock her out all the time. Right. And that's why I love these products.
Yeah. So smaller, Christopher, smaller doses of CBD actually kind of puts off more of an energy focus, throughout the day. And so if that's what you need, just do a lower dose, and if you need more for sleep, just do a higher dose for the sleep.
I'll tell you a secret. I love your gummies. Before I go to sleep, I'll eat one of those. Yeah,
they're really good.
So, but that's for a different.
They taste really good too.
they do. So let me ask you a question about the tinctures really quick. So can I put in food?
Yes, definitely. So directly in your pet's mouth, they really do like it a lot. Mine will just run up to me when I say it's time for your CBD. So, and they just lick it right off the spoon. And then, in the food, if you want to do that, that's fine as well. So.
I love it. So it just makes administering it really easy. I guess they like it because of that salmon flavor.
The salmon flavor, yeah. And even with cats too, either way, usually they have like a wet food, so it's really easy to mix in there, and you can just give them directly. Yeah.
I love it. So producer, if you could just bring those up one more time, I want to go over them again. So we have for the 500 milligrams, we have $69. For the 250 milligram, it's $39. And again, if you have a smaller pet, the 250 milligram might be perfect for you if you have a larger pet.
Yeah, that's a month's supply for a smaller pet, and the 500 is actually 2 months for a smaller pet.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So even if you do have a smaller pet, you can actually just get the quantity, save some money on the
Yep.
quantity. I love it. So next, I want to talk to you about the pet treats. Now, before we get into this, I got a story for you, Megan. So yesterday was that unfortunate time for Miss Vanity Fair. It's her yearly vaccinations and her checkup. So, we try to make sure we take her into the doctor. They said that she's in great health, but she was not having it at all. And, after they get their vaccinations, they're a little sore, they're a little lethargic, and they're still very anxious. So we actually gave Vanity one of the pet treats for pain and inflammation. I'm telling you, I lie to you not. And within 30 minutes, she was almost back to her complete normal self. She was fine. Awesome. She was happy, and she didn't hate us. So, which is great. So
that's good to hear.
Yes, so it works. Miss Vanity loves them. So, and she's kind of a snob, so she loves these treats. I'm going to take a step back really quick because I want you to explain how these two treats work independently: pain and inflammation, or stress and anxiety.
Yes. So each treat is a 30-day supply, and there's 5 milligrams of CBD in each treat. So smaller dogs, you can break them in half if you need to, or you can give them a whole treat, whatever works for you. If you want to start off with half a treat, that's okay. With the pain and inflammation, and I'll bring the stress and anxiety up here as well. The differences is basically what else we put in there. Okay, so we have some herbs which really help. I know you guys have probably heard about glucosamine or turmeric and arnica. That's what's in the pain and inflammation treat. And there's also, vitamins in there as well. Okay. They are soft chew, so it's easy to chew and easy to tear if you have to break them in half. The stress and anxiety one, what we added was valerian root, chamomile, and also turmeric. And so it's going to have those calming effects, whether they're anxious about a storm or if they're anxious with fireworks, like Vanity, I guess, coming home from I guess it's the veterinarian. I can't even come up with the word. Sorry about that. You can give her one of those treats. You can even get them one before you take them in. I know some dogs are kind of scared about going there. So that's the difference between the two. And they are 5 milligrams in each one.
I'm telling you, it was like magic. Number one, I have to say she had no problem taking it as a treat. We didn't have to wrap it in cheese or, the old.
Yeah, like a hot dog or something like that.
Yeah, you don't have to. There's no tricking your dog to take these. That she actually thoroughly enjoyed the treat. But at the same time, you guys, I kid you not, within 30 minutes, it's like she was back to herself. I mean, I could see where the vaccine was starting to make her kind of lethargic as the evening went on, and she was still not so whooped up about us making her go. However, like that, she had changed course. She was fine, and by the end of the evening, she was just back to her playful self with one treat of the pain and inflammation.
That is so great. And I wanted to point out as well on the pack, so you guys can see. If you see up close here, you see the QR code? You can scan.
So the QR code right there.
That is the QR code right here.
If you watch the show from when Megan and I were both in New York,
this one right here,
I scanned it live with my phone.
Yes, it's so easy, and it pulls up the labs, and you can click on what you have, and then there's your current lab, because we have different batches, but this is a batch lab, so instead of just third party. So you'll know that there's 5 milligrams in each treat by looking at that lab, which is so important.
So instead of the word CBD that is so commonly thrown around gas stations and convenience stores, and I go, yeah, no, I'm not buying that there. Instead of those, who oftentimes what companies will do, and Megan was explaining this to me, they will actually just test once.
And yeah, that's what third party is they send just a raw oil straight from extraction, send it in. And then that's the lab for everything they have. And then, if you ask, well, how do I know there's 1,000 milligrams in that pain cream? Well, they're going to tell you, I don't know, because they don't batch test it. And that happens very often.
Well, so that part was important to me, because not only can I do that with all of Sacred Leaf products, for myself, the ones that I have fallen in love with, the gummies, you guys, are like out of this world. They have gummy worms, everything, but again, different show. Sorry, I'm getting kind of excited about it. But it's important for me to also make sure that whatever I'm giving my dog has what it says in it. And that was just a peace of mind that I was really blown away. When we were on camera together, I scanned that QR code with my phone and I looked at the lab results for that product, and I went, oh my gosh, this makes me feel empowered as a consumer. And I think that that's what Sacred Leaf really is. It seems like that's the driver behind everything you do, from seed to store to the QR code for
Yes.
consumer confidence.
Transparency is basically why I love this company. So they have nothing to hide, and we show you exactly what you're getting, which you need to know that. You're paying and you're getting what you get, what you pay for. So
Well, and that's why socialgracecode.com loves y'all too. So it's a match made in digital heaven. I want to go on really quick to our next item here, and this is the bundle. So for those of you who already really love CBD, you love Sacred Leaf, this is a bundle that has the two items that we just showed you before, but you'll notice a third, and that is the pain relief cream. That I too have a story about with Miss Vanity.
You do?
Yes. So she hurt her foot while she's a little bit of a country girl. So we go from the city down to the country sometimes, and somehow she hurt her foot. I don't know if she got bit by something or if she was hobbling, but she was definitely favoring her foot. And then after she got better, I'm pretty sure she kept doing it for attention. But we were able to use just a little bit of the pain cream on her foot to kind of ease that, and she was back to her old self in no time. It's unbelievable how quickly this natural product goes to work to kind of get us back to feeling like ourselves. Right. Can you explain to me a little bit about how this works so well, how it works so fast, and more importantly, what else we can use it for?
Yeah, definitely. So this is a 500 milligram pain cream. So it's highly concentrated. You're really only going to use a rice size to pea size amount. So a little bit goes a long ways. It's not like heavily scented with peppermint or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about any essential oils on your pet. So it's really easy and safe to use. And you can also use it yourself, which is really cool. So you can give it to your pet or use it for yourself. If you have pain up in the neck area, the back, the hips, just apply, like I said, a rice size to pea size amount is all you need.
Well, you basically just described me. I have pain in all of those places.
I use this daily. Yeah, I love the pain cream.
So the pain cream is really kind of a game changer for me. So I graduated over to testing out the pain cream on myself, and I really liked it. But what got me hooked on trying your products topically was your roller that you have. You can find all of this on socialgracecode.com. So make sure you're checking out Sacred Leaf. They're one of those companies that's just responsible in everything they do. They bring you good quality products that are batch tested. You know what you're consuming, and more importantly, you know what you're giving your family members, even the furry ones. So, producer, can we just go through the selection of the items that we have here today again? Because I really want to just kind of recap. If you're just now joining us, we just talked about the tinctures, 250 milligram to 500 milligram. So, and these are for your pets. Great deal on these. And I believe that you said for a large dog, that's a 2-month supply, you said, Megan? Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Then we also have our CBD Treats in both pain and inflammation and stress and anxiety formula, both formulated to make sure that your dog is in optimal health and wellness, even during those stressful times like vet visits or fireworks.
Yes.
And then we have the bundle, and the bundle's where you get the bang for your buck at only $99. You get the tinctures, you get the pet treats, and you get the pain cream that you can also use on yourself. So it's not just for pets either. So that's kind of nice.
It's a great bundle. You save quite a bit.
I'm telling you, I always get really excited when I get to join you on a show Megan, because not only are you just such a delight, but I love Sacred Leaf. So
I'm so glad.
Would you like to say anything to everyone before we wrap up the show?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to just comment and I'll be happy to answer them for you.
Megan's on top of it. I appreciate you, girl, and I hope to see you very, very soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye, my friend. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. All of you have said so much how you were really enjoying our CBD shows. And I tell you, when Megan was with me in New York at our New York studio, it was magic. The people on set that were so glued into the show, they were standing behind the cameras and watching. And then after the show was over, they kept saying, I didn't know that. I didn't know. And I'll be the first to admit, I didn't know these things either. CBD was kind of like, it was a new frontier for me. I just didn't know a whole lot about it. And I didn't want to take anything that I didn't really know. And since CBD has kind of become a part of my life, it's helped me in so many ways, from my own stress and anxiety to me being able to sleep better, to even those the muscle soreness after a good workout. This is the way that I can take care of myself. And because they have such high quality pet products, now I can make sure I take care of the more important little one in our family, Miss Vanity Fair Mackin. So thank you all for tuning in today. Please make sure that you're following Social Grace Co. on Instagram. We love to interact with you there. Social media just makes the world feel like a little bit of a smaller place, and let's all become friends that way. And if you have any questions about anything you've seen in the show, if you're watching from Facebook, make sure you ask the question, put it in the comment section, and Miss Megan's going to be right there to help answer those questions if we can. From everyone at socialgraceco.com, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. We have another show for you later on this evening. I hope you come back to see us there, whether you're watching from socialgraceco.com, YouTube, or Facebook. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Thanks so much for being yourself, and thanks so much for being the best part of Social Grace. I will